Good evening. My name is Kristina Glavchiner, and I'm a product specialist of doTERRA Israel products and aromatherapist. And today we will talk about the subject that is very, very important for us. And actually, my webinar, this is I can say that this is a continuous webinar of my previous webinar that I provided 2 weeks ago about how to cope emotional difficulties and fears in this situation. And situation means war, that we are now in a war. And so in this webinar, we will talk about how we can practice this method of relaxation and resilience using the emotional regulation skill technique called Ashan Dak in a state of constant stressful situation. And also in the end of webinar, I will recommend you some ideas for healthy daily habits. So let us start. And actually, I would like to remind you that we talked about acute stress disorder according to the war, according to the situation that we are now. So we can say that we are in an acute stress disorder. And this acute stress disorder is a mental disorder that occurs as a result of exposure to traumatic stress and lasts less than 4 weeks. So, and after that, people can develop a post-traumatic stress disorder. Is a mental disorder that lasts more than 4 weeks. And not everybody who develops acute stress disorder eventually develops PTSD. And I told before 2 weeks that it's very important for us and just not to develop this post-traumatic stress disorder. And pay attention, please, that about 10% of Israelis suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder caused by war and other causes. That is, in our society, there is a constant disturbing background. And if our task just not to join these people that are already in this situation and not to increase this amount. So we need to try to know how to learn to be more calm and how to overcome stress, how to manage stress. And as I told you 2 weeks ago that according to Hans Selye, all this situation can be called a general adaptation syndrome, which have 3 stages. And we can say that now many of us just develop the second stage, resistance stage. Maybe some of us still feeling this syndrome fight or flight response where sympathetic nervous system act. But in general, we already in the second stage when parasympathetic system works. But if you feel that you're still in this first stage, so it's not good for your body. You need to understand that this continuous stress, which follows with high blood pressure and high heart rate, so it's not so good. And cortisol, this is hormone of stress. So this can develop the third stage, exhaustion stage, and we don't need this. So we don't want this. And I wanted to once more to say that that we need to do all maximum that we can, just not to develop this last exhaustion stage, which can weaken our immune system and increase our risk of heart diseases. Now, of course, that we can feel these symptoms, and just I want to say that it's normal in our situation. Yeah, it's maybe terrible, but it is normal, and we need to know that this can be in this acute stress disorder. So it's sleep disturbances, eating disorders, irritable behavior and tantrums, in negative mood, excessive panic reactions, and anger, guilt, and shame. Thoughts of guilt and shame can arise in response to the traumatic event, to his before, during, and after the event. Depression and self-image that can be negative as well. So, and why is constant stress dangerous? Because it is clear that continual stress, long-lasting stress, can have negative effects on the heart and blood vessels and the immune system. Stress causes the release of cortisol, one of the immune system suppressors. And muscle pain, constant fatigue, headaches, breathing problems, all these symptoms, which we feel during the constant stress dangerous, are very dangerous, and they do not serve the purpose of survival, and therefore their harm outweighs the benefit. And if you have the symptoms, so it means that you're still in this acute stress disorder. And of course, you see how it can affect your body, your joints and muscles, cardiovascular system, brain, and the skin. Many people today complain that they have very dry skin and the hair loss, and of course the gut, because stress influences to our gut system, gastrointestinal system, and reproductive system and immune system. So what we can do in this situation, that we understand that we're now in this acute stress disorder. So we need to understand, first of all, that the stress starts in amygdala. Amygdala, this is a structure in our brain that responsible for our fears. And this is the first structure that reacts to dangerous situation. And after that, it influenced to hypothalamus and other structures that release the hormones of stress. And I want to remind you that amygdala is placed in limbic system. And you know that the nerve, the smell nerve, directly entered to the limbic system. So we, as aromatherapists, as people that have essential oils, we have a privilege because we can work with our limbic system, with our amygdala, with our hypothalamus. So it is very important to understand and to teach people. And in this case, we understand that aromatherapy can help us a lot. Okay, so, and according to the scientists and the many trials, those who know how to relax reduce the risk of stress and increase the changes of happiness and health. And today, managing stress has become a necessary and important skill that we need to learn. And our task today is to learn to be stress resistant and be able to overcome constant stress. Various techniques can be used for this purpose. And you see that I put here the picture of Charlie Chaplin and his famous sentence that a day without laughter is a day wasted. And yeah, we need to smile and we need to laugh. And today, people just starting pay attention that many people just start to smile because our body can't be in this acute stress situation, in this situation, the fight or flight all the day, all the time. So, and the parasympathetic system works, and it means that it releases more hormones that can calm our body. And now we can use a lot of techniques. And you know that I was looking for technique for this um, just to help us to manage stress. I paid attention that many practices talk about deep breathing and meditation, exercise, and copywriting. So, and this technique that I already told you about this technique in my previous webinar, I just want now you to do it, that we will do it together. And as you see in this picture, so try aromatherapy, of course. Of course, we know that aromatherapy can help us a lot. So I just want to remind you this technique is called Ashan Dak, and this is abbreviation of the words Atzor, Shririm, Neshima, Zipur Pnimi, Zimyon, Kadima, Ula. So after all these stages that we do, so we can enter our day. We can enter to our day and we can start our day. And here you see the reference to the site of this center, Cohen-Harris Center for Resilience. I found this material in Google, and Professor Danny Hamel I found some lectures of his lectures, and where he talks about this technique. And you know, I started to do this technique, and it helps a lot. So I just now I practice it every day, and in a situation of acute stress, I mean siren. And it is, I can say that I see that this technique is very useful, can help us a lot. So, and I just transformed this Ashan Dak in Hebrew to the English and just received the word smile. So how we can use this word to this technique. So S, it means stop. So we tell stop for our negative thoughts, to our obsessive behavior, watching TV, to follow all this news every hour. So this is called obsessive behavior. So muscles, it means that we started to feel our muscles. We can do such movements, just alternatively, or left or right side. Why? Because so we can strong our connection between left and right hemisphere of our brain. And you know that left hemisphere, she's responsible for logic, and right hemisphere is responsible for emotions. And scientists tell us that if we are doing these exercises, so we can to do stronger this connection between left and right hemispheres. And after that, it's very important to inhale. It means to breathe correctly. Just we inhale and we exhale. And language, I just use this letter L, but actually we are talking about self-talking and imagination. And after that, you see that you do all this technique, you can enter, you can start your day as I told you, so, or you can continue your day. So, and to every step of this technique, we can connect essential oils. And as I told in my previous webinar, for the stop, we can choose very dominant smells that can take us to this to another world with smells from this reality. It can be so-called cold oils such as peppermint or breeze. It can be warm oils such as cinnamon and clove. they can remind us about childhood. So, and you can just see my previous webinar and look what oils I suggest. So mussels, I suggest deep blue and aroma touch, or the new stick deep blue with copaiba. To inhale, of course, it can be eucalyptus and the breeze. And the language, so when we are talking about ourselves, so we can use whatever oils that you like from emotional aromatherapy. And enter, just you can use, yeah, whatever you want, what oil that you love, that you connect to this smell. And actually for all these stages, you can use one oil. For example, just I want to provide this practice now, and I choose, just a moment, I have to take some oil. Oh, okay. So I would like to use turmeric oil. I like very much the smell, and so I just, and yes, and I want to show you the sentences that you can say to yourself during this self-talk and imagination. And I just want to remind you about this outstanding, this man that he is an Austrian psychiatrist, and he was in a concentration camp. And after that, he wrote many books. And his first book that he wrote in 1946 was Man's Search for Meaning. And as you see in this slide, he talked about his terrible experience in this concentration camp and how imagination helped him to understand that actually he can survive. And I like the sentences that I wrote you, this sentence from Danny Hamel, that we can feel some terrible emotions, such as that we think that our life is ruined, and we can't find any logical explanation. But if we does not find it, I won't let my mind control me. So I don't want the thoughts that they will control me. And I like this sentence from Viktor Emil Frankl that he told that everything can be taken away from us except our values and virtues: love, giving, mutual assistance. And these values need to be strengthened. So we say yes to life no matter what. And very important to pronounce the sentences with a straight back, because according to the trials, this posture of straight back can support your systems in the body. So I wrote you the sentences that help me. You can, of course, add your sentences, write your sentences instead of or you can use my sentences. I will be happy. And just now I want us to do this technique together. So I will return to this slide. And what I want to ask you, first of all, take oil that you love and you know that will help you in all the stages. And you can evaluate your emotional status from 1 to 10. 1 if you're feeling calm and serene, and 10 if you feel panic, anxiety, as you see in this picture. So, and after technique, I want to ask you to evaluate your situation after this technique. So muscles, I just want to return to these exercises. So you can do this in this manner or in this manner. Inhale, you need to breathe deep. Okay, so to inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And so self-talking, you can tell it in loud and you can tell it to yourself. So you can choose. But if you are telling it in loud voice, so our voice has vibration, and so it can help you just to feel it more strongly. All the sentences that you will tell to yourself. Okay, so I suggest to do this technique for 5 minutes. Yeah, I will check what is the time now. Okay, and we will start. Just a moment. I want to check. Okay. No, maybe I will take cedarwood. Oh, cedarwood. Turmeric is very good as well, but now I think that I would like to use in this technique cedarwood. Yeah, I like this smell very much. And you know that the main component in this oil is cedrol, and this component has very strong calm effect. So I put some drops on my palms and I start doing this technique. First of all, stop to all my negative thoughts. Now muscles. Sure. Spine. And do it in this manner as well. And this. And now we start to breathe, and you can help yourself to do this exercise just with the help of your forefinger from your right hand, just to do when you inhale, you just do this, and exhale, you just down, yeah, up and down. So now I start to do this breathing, this deep breathing. Now I want to say some sentences for myself. Okay, so I will close eyes and I will do this technique. So I will talk with myself. And by the way, you can continue to breathe deeply, and during this breathing, you can say these sentences. Okay. Now, sometimes I feel that I'm crying a little bit, so I feel tears in my eyes. It's good. Okay, now I can continue my evening. So, and what I want to tell you that wellness habits, they're very important as well. And I suggest you ideas for healthy daily habits. And you see on the left side, I wrote which products I use in this situation. And so on the right side, you see all these wellness habits that I suggest you to do. Sometimes I'm not succeeded to do all these practices, but I try very much. So as you see in the morning, I like to use frankincense eucalyptus breeze. I put it on the back of my neck. It can be deep blue as well. And these two blends I like very much, balanced and adaptive blend to the feet. And of course, LLV in the morning and throughout the day, and BB Assist. Regarding the BB Assist, I wanted to tell you that it's very, very important now to take BB Assist. And you know that I found some very interesting facts that a systematic review of 15 randomized controlled trials in humans since 2016 found that several commercially available strains of probiotic bacteria from Bifida and Lactobacterium, when taken orally in daily doses of 1 to 10 billion colony forming units for 1-2 months, have therapeutic effects. For example, improve behavioral outcomes for several central nervous system disorders, including anxiety and depression. So you see how it's important to take now BB Assist, and in now BB Assist we have 18 billion. So in the dose, general dose per day. So, and the dose per day is there are 3 capsules. So you see, according to this review, you can take from 1 to 2 capsules per day with a meal, and you can help yourself and to strengthen your nervous system. And so they apply deep blue blend before and after your workout, diffuse on guard blend or inhale from your palms. Use any other oils for stress resistance and just to concentrate. So in the middle of the day, I like to diffuse peppermint and spearmint together with citrus oils. I like very much citrus bloom. We have citrus bliss and citrus bloom blends, so I like them very much. And in the evening, of course, I'm diffusing or lavender or serenity or cedarwood. I like this oil very much, and eucalyptus. And now, by the way, we have a new oil in our Israeli market. Eucalyptus. It's a special oil. I just want to pronounce about this, that this oil actually the blend of 5 species of eucalyptus trees. And so this blend have many benefits. And so what is important for us that the amount of eucalyptol according to this blend is very high, and this ingredient help us to our respiratory system to clear breathing and open airways. So just I want you to buy this unique eucalypt oil from our Israeli market stock. And as I told you, so on the right side, you see how you can help you with these wellness habits. So balanced lunch, breakfast, and nutrition, dinner. And it's very important that your last dinner need to be 3 hours before bedtime. And it's important as well just to avoid caffeine 6-8 hours before bed, and avoid exercise 1-2 hours before bed, and of course take a break from electronics before bed or read a book instead. because all these blue lights, they are very they can do a harm effect to our body. They produce a lot of radicals, and so we really need to avoid these blue lights in our computers, in our telephones. So just be careful with this. And so I finish my webinar, and I hope very much that that you will use this technique. It's really help. And so see you in the next webinars. And we will win. אנחנו ננצח. Thank you very much.